So moving into step 3, establishing project vision. Yeah? Project vision, the word vision is what we use to describe the following situation where our internal customer, they have a problem and now they have a vision of how to solve this problem. Yeah, they have an idea. They've got an idea of how to solve a particular problem, and so our job, if you like, is to establish this idea with our internal client. The project vision is a solution. It's an idea of how to move forward to solve a business demand or a business problem that's being experienced within the organization. We want to create this vision with our clients, yeah, with our internal clients. We don't want to force it on them. We don't want to show them a whole bunch of proposals and get them to choose one. We want to create it with them. And so the behavioral skill, which we began with our business dialogues in step 2, is now here, understanding a very clear perspective of what the needs are, and we use a particular model called the EPIC model in order to do that. This model is a process of asking questions. It's a question asking technique and a question asking skill that we'll take you through. We are also going to start thinking return on investment. Okay, Andreas said this morning that he's got quite a bit of work on his plate this week because the bosses have said you need to take a lot of the business out, a lot of projects out. Here is a number, here is your number, you need to move your number to our number, which means getting rid of a lot of projects. How do you decide which projects go and which projects stay? The only rational decision is based on a return on investment analysis or a business case. Yeah? Very often there are not rational decisions behind the criteria for choosing what gets chosen and what not, but that's a different story. That's based on the wishes and needs of the stakeholders that you work with, and is something different. But what we focus on is the concept of return on investment, a concept which is misunderstood within the buyer organization. Different people think it means different things, so we'll get some clarity on really what that is, and start thinking in terms of how can we go through the process of building a business case or even a return on investment analysis for some of our IT solutions. This means we will start assessing the quality of the demand. Whatever the criteria is, could it be a business case? Could it be return on investment? Could it simply be a very, very compelling reason to do something? Because if something is not done, then things will go wrong. Is it a compliance issue that things need to happen? What are the assessment criteria? Yeah? I'm sure that you have got some business partners or some internal clients who would like to do many things where they could use your services. I'm also sure that you've got a couple of business partners who don't need anything or just need one or two things, yeah? And this is, you know, some people, do you need anything? No. Do you need it? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah? So where is the assessment? How do you do this? How do you think about this? Yeah? You and your bosses have got a way already. And so what we do is we look at this particular way that you do things, we map it against our recommended questions for you to ask of demand as it comes up. Okay? Okay. Quick wins, low-hanging fruit. Every organization loves these things. So the process of identifying what these things are, they exist, or the wish to find out what they are exists for a very good reason. In the process of change and larger change management projects, quick wins and low-hanging fruits are ways to get change moving. Yeah? So if you can create a little bit of success, it creates more success further on down the road. Here's probably the key area of job responsibility within step 3. Defining initial solution requirements. What do they need to do? or what do they need the solution to do for them. So the basic level of solution requirements that goes into defining what this solution is going to look like, what its purpose is, and who's going to run it, who are the users, who are the evaluators, everything around this solution. It doesn't need to get done in detail because that's too early at the moment. So we're not thinking about a full proof of concept. We're not thinking about big investment going into writing up specifications at this stage, because that waits for budgeting decisions, so it's a bit premature to do that. However, the internal customer was definitely going to say, what does it look like? Yeah? So we need to be able to show them a picture. And the picture that we're going to show them is all the way over here on step 5. The reason it's on step 5 is because it moves. This is a very important concept for us. It is the total solution landscape, which looks at an IT solution from 3 different perspectives. The hardware that is used behind it, the software that is used, and the services that are used to implement it and to roll it out. So it's a basic level IT solution picture, which we use to explain IT solutions to business people in terms that they can understand. This links one for one with this concept called bridging. And the concept of bridging is, in my book, the key skill of the IT demand manager. The ability for a person, an IT person, to speak 2 languages, Chinese and Swahili, in the same meeting to the same people so that they both understand what is going on. Yeah? And if you imagine that, there is one person who needs this competency, yeah, within the organization. Your supply guys do not need it. It's not a fundamental job descriptor for their particular role. Your business people, thank God, they don't have it. Otherwise, we would be living in a much more difficult world. But there's one function that actually requires this function, this capability to speak those 2 different languages, and that is the IT demand management role. So, and now we move into the goal, if you like, of our process. This is step 4 and the bridging stage.